Why does the Biden-Harris administration always seem to help American taxpayers last?
We've also authorized one-time payments of $700 per household to folks who've been displaced.
FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the...
I do want to ask you if you feel you have the resources you need right now.
We most certainly do, and we are dedicating those resources.
We do not have the funds to make it through the season.
It's that FEMA's got no money to help anybody in our country.
The Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants.
The city is expanding its debit card program for migrant families.
This will be the new first destination for the single male migrants, complete with phones, laundry service, even Xboxes.
Millions of dollars not going toward Americans, but going toward processing people who are in this country illegally.
Proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package.
It is $2.6 billion for FY23, $3.6 billion.
An additional $800 million in assistance.
$61 billion military aid package for Ukraine.
The failure of the United States Congress not to support Ukraine is close to criminal neglect.
I want to have a closer look at this picture that she posted. Yeah, with that. There you go. There's nothing written on the paper, and her earbuds don't appear to be plugged into her phone. But that wasn't a photo op. Don't worry. It's just that she's pretending to write something, and there's nothing on the paper. And typically when you wear wired earbuds, you plug it in to the phone. There's no wire in the phone. She's just taking a picture and tweeting it out to make you think that she's doing something, and she's not. And this is the time. This would be the time. How many days before the election now? This would be the time to be like on your A game, right? Making sure, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. She has a pretend piece of paper that she's writing something on that she's not. I guess it's invisible ink. And she's like, oh, so one of her staffers, hand me the earbuds. Here, hand them to me. I'll put one in my ear and pretend like they're actually connected.
I think the optics of this over the weekend for Biden and Harris have been pretty poor. I mean, North Carolina is underwater. These people are devastated and struggling. But you've got Biden at the beach and then saying, what do you want from me? I got on the phone while I was at the beach. And you've got Harris out raising money on the campaign and then taking a photo on a plane. Now, I remember George W. Bush was pilloried for having a photo taken from Air Force One. She's got a photo on a plane, and the earphones don't appear to be connected to the phone, and the paper looks like it's blank. So it looked like a stage sort of thing. I thought the optics for them were very bad.
It's literally not livable. And 20 years ago, it was the best city in the country, probably one of the best cities anywhere in the world. But they, she was caught yesterday on an airplane staging a fake photo op. Did you see that with the telephone? The only problem is she didn't have the phone plugged in. She was talking. She's talking on the phone. The phone is not plugged in. She's talking like she's working. I'm working so hard. Oh, boy, what a group. What a group.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity, but also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online, and I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and then the process should take hold.
Kamala Harris, we don't want you here. We don't want your party here in North Carolina. If you're a Democrat and you live in North Carolina, good for you. But this woman is given illegal immigration Haitians more rights to be entitled to be called American. Thousands of dollars in food stamps, loads of money in their pockets, And she's going to give the people in the mountains $750 fucking dollars. You can take that money and go wipe your ass with it, Kamala. These people, if they choose to stay there and live and to rebuild, they really need government assistance. They really need the food stamps. They need the checks put in their checking account every fucking 2 weeks so they can survive and provide for their families. You people in office are so fucking sick and so disgusting. Hearing you fuckers talk, and you Democrats or you far left extremists just fucking keep swiping. I don't even have enough time for your ass right now. I'm seeing videos, I'm reading comments of people slashing people's tires to keep them from fucking sending aid, you sick bastards. And when did this fucking hurricane become political? The more and more I get on these updates, I took a vacation there a long time ago when I was a child. The area that I went to is gone. It's gone. This fucking world, this country's so fucked up, y'all don't even give a fuck anymore. Do you? Do you even give a fuck about life? Huh? And you fucking law enforcement and you fucking first responders, take your fucking high authority and shove it up your ass. If people are going there to help, let them fucking help. Because apparently y'all don't do shit. Telling someone they can't fly their helicopter to send aid. Apparently the last report I've seen, there's more people with private helicopters out there than there is the fucking army. And don't flag me for my language, TikTok, but this fucking app has got people too fucking comfortable. Could you imagine losing your home? I mean, losing everything. And you have nothing to go back to. It's gone. I'm sorry. Half of us are too entitled to even know any better.
As an American leader, it is your job to show up and do what is necessary. And here's what bothers me so much about Kamala Harris, and I think about all the things that we could criticize her on. But at the beginning of her administration, you know that she fought very hard to make sure that COVID relief money went to illegal aliens, to the tune of $1,000 per person, making sure that money went to illegal aliens. And she shows up to survey the storm damage a couple days ago, and she says that we're going to give $750 to the people suffering from these devastating storms. Well, Kamala, I think you've got it exactly the opposite. The federal government ought to give all it can to the American citizens devastated by these storms, not to illegal aliens who have no right to be here.
Sean, right now there are 157 hotels in New York City that are completely full of illegal immigrants. Let me just repeat that number. 150 hotels in New York City that are completely full of illegal immigrants. New York City alone spends over $1 billion a year on illegal immigrants. And then you see these pictures of husbands and wives and children who have lost everything. Their homes have floated down rivers. Their homes have been taken out by mudslides. Their vehicles are gone. Their picture albums are destroyed. Every sentimental value that they could ever possibly imagine is gone. Will never be brought back. And what does Kamala do? She comes out and offers $750. $750. The TV in the person's house costs more than $750, and you see the absolute destruction. Sean, of all the political things that I've seen in the last decade, this is the one that bothers me the most. Hands down, by far. We have spent $200 billion sending money over to Ukraine and Russia to see young, innocent 21-year-old kids in dirty trenches pop around corners and shoot each other in the face with AK-47s. You watch these videos on YouTube, the lives are expunged in a matter of seconds. $200 billion America has sent over there. Yet we can't take care of our own in Georgia and North Carolina and Virginia. In Florida, $750. We send billions to places like Pakistan, and they won't tell us that bin Laden is literally living next to their equivalent of West Point. Yet we offer devastated families, the very people you're showing on the screen right now, we offer devastated families $750. Sean, this is the worst administration in the history of the country. These aren't serious people. Frankly, I think they're cruel people. The way they put Americans last is absolutely cruel, and I hope every single person going to the polls on November 5th and before in early voting will remember exactly who these people are.
So FEMA is in narrative control now, and they're saying, well, they're addressing what they call a rumor. FEMA $750 Hurricane Helene relief money rumor addressed by agency. Rumor? Kamala Harris did a 10-minute press conference, and she's the one that said it. Now, I was reporting that on Monday when it was a rumor, and there were just reports saying FEMA is considering a $750 per person relief, but you had to fill out the paperwork. And then Kamala said it, and it became mainstream news, and everybody was reporting it then, $750 per person. And now they're saying it's a rumor. The Federal Emergency Agency said on its site last night that it is false, that victims will get a single payment of $750. And then they say, well, its Serious Needs Assistance Program, which will provide $750 to cover essential items such as food, water, baby formula, and emergency needs. It's not very good when you're dead. Is often approved swiftly after application. Often approved. So you need it. So often, not always, but you need it approved, and you need to fill out an application. You're stranded on a roof. You're treading water in your house, but hey, we got $750 for you. Maybe, if you fill out some.
If you want to see how sick and distorted Kamala Harris's priorities are, just consider FEMA. F-E-M-A. You know what that is, right? The Federal Emergency Management Agency. And you read about it now all the time because there's nobody that's handled a hurricane or storm worse than what they're doing right now. Kamala spent all her FEMA money, billions of dollars, on housing for illegal migrants, many of whom should not be in our country, including $1 billion for gift cards for illegal aliens and putting them up in luxury hotels with a gift card to welcome them to America as our veterans are sleeping on the sidewalks below those hotels and they're being walked into luxury hotels. Now we have a horrific disaster in North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia. That's how big this hurricane was. And the Harris-Biden administration says they don't have any money. They've spent it all on, they spent all of their money. They have almost no money because they spent it all on illegal migrants. How would you like to be a veteran and you've been sleeping opposite the entrance to a luxury hotel, and illegal migrants come in and they're going up and occupying the hotel? That's what's happening. They stole the FEMA money just like they stole it from a bank so they could give it to their illegal immigrants that they want to have vote for them this season. You know, they're trying to get them on the voters' roll. We cannot let that happen. This is the worst response in the history of hurricanes. A certain president, I will not name him, destroyed his reputation with Katrina, and this is doing even worse. She's doing worse than he did. Vote for Trump, and we will take care of the American people first. We'll take care of everything. Thank you. Thank you.
When you hear the government saying they ran out of money, they're going to need more money, and that they gave it away to all of these migrants that came here, they came here against the law, how does that make you feel as an American citizen?
Extremely angry. They're putting other people before their own. I mean, I feel betrayed. I feel like we're not worth it to them.
There's been a number of crises that the country has been facing over the past several days with the hurricane, with the port strike, with the situation in the Middle East. Can you talk about how your vice president, who is running for the presidency, has worked on these crises and what role she has played over the past several days?
Well, I'm in constant contact with her. She's aware we're singing from the same song sheet. She helped pass all the laws that are being employed now. She was a major player in everything we've done, including passage of legislation which we were told we could never pass. And so she's been, and her staff is interlocked with mine in terms of all the things we're doing.